What's up, YouTube? New pickup, new video time. Now today I have a very expensive pickup for everyone. It is the Y-3 Pureboost ZG Knits in the crystal white colorway. So to get it out of the way, this is probably the most expensive pair of shoes I've ever purchased. And I have a lot of shoes. These were $320 MSRP. Now, are they worth all that much money? Well, let's talk about them and find out. First of all, I guess you gotta talk about the packaging, because if we're spending that much money, it better come in something really fancy. As you can see, the box is pretty standard. It says Y3 on top. Opens from the top. The inside, you get not one, but two dust bags with Y3 branding. You get some literature. It pretty much says that these shoes are made out of special leathers and stuff like that. So even though they are athletic shoes, you might want to be careful when you're wearing them or how you treat them. You get a little tag that comes with the shoes, and then you get an extra pack of laces. The laces themselves are pretty much identical to the one on the shoe, so you just get two of the same laces. Apart from the dust bags, I guess, nothing really significant here in the box. So let's move on to the actual shoes themselves. So here they are. It's essentially, as the name implies, it's a Pureboost, meaning that the bottom half of the shoe is a Pureboost V4. Pretty much identical to the fourth iteration of the Pureboost. The only thing that really differentiates this shoe from the V4 Pureboost is the upper. So let's get into a little more detail on the upper, see what really makes this shoe different. So the entire upper is made out of this knit material. It is definitely not prime knit. It's a little more rigid than prime knit, and it is a little thinner. So prime knit really has its characteristic elasticity and rebound. This kind of doesn't have it because it doesn't stretch as much. It's not as comfortable, but I mean, it's still a knit material, so it'll give a little bit when you wear it. So the comfort is not bad. It's just not Ultra Boost level. But then again, you know, you're not going to find a shoe that's as comfortable as that, really. Moving on to the big highlight feature of this upper, I would say, is this giant silver embroidered panel. In the promo photos, it almost seemed like this was a gray panel or a 3M panel, but I can confirm it's not 3M. It's just silver thread that's been embroidered all throughout this toe box. And I think it's almost better than having 3M, because 3M is kind of dull normally when it doesn't really catch the light properly, but this is always really shiny, so it kind of looks really cool. Going around the toe box, we have some ATR stripping, and along the sides of the shoe, we also have some plastic inlays in the shape of the Adidas 3 stripe with some ATR striping on top as well. You also have the Yohji Yamamoto branding on the lateral side of the shoe, and the ATR stripping continues to the back of the shoe. Also on the back, you have these plastic heel counters that add a little more stability to the shoe. Moving on to the tongue, I think the tongue is also pretty unique to the shoe. It's kind of like this double gusseted tongue or double burrito tongue. As you can see, there's two kind of seams that fold in, and then you just lace them up and cinch it down. The tongue itself is made out of this premium leather material. It's really supple leather, nice and soft. It has some Y3 branding right there on the top, and it has this V cutout right at the top of the tongue for ergonomics. I'm actually curious why more shoes don't do this, because this is really comfortable. This is exactly where your shin kind of meets your foot, so it's nice that there's like this little divot for your leg to move around in. On the inside, you can see the area where your foot touches is all wrapped in this leather. The leather is not as premium as the tongue leather, but it's still pretty decent leather nonetheless. And there's a giant heel patch on the inside of the heel cup as well for a little bit of added comfort and premiumness. So that being said about the upper, let's move down to the midsole and the outsole. Like I said, this is pretty much a Pureboost midsole and outsole. If you haven't had a Pureboost or have not worn a Pureboost, you pretty much can expect the same as an Ultraboost with a little less rigidity, because the Pureboosts do not have that torsion system like the Ultraboosts do. Right down the middle there. You're just sitting on this giant slab of boost, so you don't have as much stability. However, they kind of tried to alleviate that by bringing the stretch web outsole up on the side of the arch to give it a little more arch support. Does it really do much? Not really, but I mean, it's better than not having it there. So you get a little bit of arch support, and I mean, unless you're really like running in these are fine. So another thing that they did on these shoes to make these a little more stable is I think they've made the midfoot section on the Boost a lot wider. So you can see it from this angle. See how wide this kind of flares out on the side? Yeah, so that gives you a nice fat bed of boost to kind of get that midfoot gait into. So how does that all translate into how comfortable the shoe is? I gotta say, it's not as comfortable as a Ultraboost, but it's more comfortable than, let's say, an NMD. I would say it would, if you put a Flyknit Racer upper on a Ultraboost, this is what this shoe feels like. Because the upper is a little more rigid and thin, kind of like Nike's Flyknit, and you have the cushy boost under your foot. So it's kind of like a mix between the two. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely a comfortable shoe, but leaves a little bit to be desired. And all these kind of like premium materials, like the leathers, they don't really contribute to the shoe being super comfortable. Let's put it that way. So now that we got all that out of the way, we need to address the elephant in the room. Is this shoe worth $320? Well, let's put it this way, right? A Ultraboost is $180. You get a full prime knit upper. You get all these tech features. Full length boost. Continental outsole. Yeezy V2. Full prime knit upper. Full length boost. Celebrity backing, I guess. Celebrity design. $220. Something more lifestyle, like these Blends Vans, full length premium cowhide leather, pig suede sock liner, pretty much like top of the line quality, everything, waxed shoelaces, $165. You see where I'm going with this. You can get a lot more shoe for less money, let's put it that way. These shoes are not the best bang for your buck. However, that being said, if you're buying Y3s, you're not buying shoes for bang for buck. You know, that's just like saying, oh, you shouldn't buy Louis Vuitton bags because the value proposition is poor. You can get so much more for that money. No, you're not paying that money because you want the best product for your money's worth. You're paying it because you want a statement piece. And this is pretty much exactly that. It's kind of a statement piece. It's showing other people that, hey, look, I'm wearing Y3. Look at this dope shoe. I mean, in that department, I think it definitely excels. You go out there, I mean, I live in Orange County. I see people with Yeezys, Ultraboosts, NMDs pretty much all the time, everywhere. Go to the mall, I see dozens of people with those. And yet I almost never see anyone really rocking Y3s. So if you really want to distinguish yourself, you know, this is the shoe to do it in, and you can definitely do it in style. Alright, so I'm going to throw these on feet and give you a on-foot video. Once again, thanks for watching. I got a couple more pickups coming in the mail. Until then, see you guys later. Peace.